Welcome to the Argentinian philosopher. Ideas made simple for everyday life. Imagine this. You are sheltering someone fleeing from a certain death, and a soldier arrives, demanding to know if they are inside. If you lie, you might save a life, but you are breaking a fundamental moral rule. If you tell the truth, you uphold honesty, but at a terrible cost. What do? This is more than just a hypothetical. It's a real ethical dilemma that forces us to question the foundations of morality. It's the kind of problem that kept one of history's greatest philosophers, Immanuel Kant, up at night. Today, we'll explore his radical views on morality and see if his ethical system can hold up in situations like this. Would you follow Kant's rules? Let's find out. Immanuel Kant is one of the central figures of the Enlightenment, a period that revolutionized how we think about reason, science, and ethics. He believed that morality should not be based on emotions, personal circumstances, or religious authority, but on pure reason. And from this, he developed one of the most famous ethical theories of all time, the categorical imperative. What does this mean in practice? Kant's view is simple. If an action is moral, it should be moral for everyone in all circumstances. This means that moral principles must be universal and unbreakable. No exceptions, no compromises. But what happens when these rigid principles clash with real-world dilemmas? That brings us to one of the most famous ethical challenges in philosophy. Now let's revisit our scenario. Imagine that a murderer or a soldier appears at your door, looking for the person you are hiding. If you lie to protect them, you violate Kant's principle of truth-telling. If you tell the truth, you might be complicit in their harm. It seems like a lose-lose situation, right? So, what does Kant say you should do? Surprisingly, he argues that you must always tell the truth, no matter how dire the consequences. His reasoning: if you allow even one exception to the rule of honesty, you destroy its moral foundations. If lying is acceptable once, then it becomes justifiable whenever it benefits us, and morality collapses under a system of personal convenience. Is this too extreme? Could there be situations where breaking Kant's rule is not only understandable but morally necessary? Kant's theory is an example of deontological ethics, meaning that morality is based on duty, not consequences. He argued that allowing morality to depend on outcomes leads to moral instability. If we decide that lying is okay when it prevents harm, what's stopping someone else from lying for selfish reasons? But here's the challenge. What if lying in one specific case could prevent immense suffering? If morality is about making the world better, shouldn't we prioritize the result of our actions rather than just blindly following a rule? This is where thinkers like John Stuart Mill, the father of Utilitarianism, strongly disagree with Kant. Mill argues that morality is not about rigid rules. It's about minimizing harm and maximizing well-being. In this case, lying to protect the innocent is not just excusable, it's the morally correct choice. So, who's right? Do we side with absolute moral rules even when they seem cruel? Or do we embrace moral flexibility, even if it risks undermining ethical principles? Now it's time to put yourself in this situation. Imagine you are at that door. The fugitive is hiding behind you, and the soldier is waiting for an answer. What would you do? Would you uphold Kant's principle no matter the consequences, or would you prioritize the greater good, bending the rule in favor of compassion and protection? Your answer reveals your own ethical leanings. Do you align with Kant's belief that morality must be absolute and universal, even in extreme cases? Or do you think that moral decisions should depend on context, like consequentialists argue? There is no easy answer here, but that's what makes philosophy powerful. It forces us to think critically about the principles we live by. Kant's ethical theory challenges us to think beyond personal bias and fleeting emotions, urging us to act based on universal principles. His ideas might seem rigid, but they force us to ask, what does it truly mean to be moral? And can morality remain stable if we allow for exceptions? So next time you face a difficult ethical decision, ask yourself, would I want my choice to become a universal law? That's Kant's ultimate test for morality. If you enjoyed this Argentinian philosopher deep dive into Kant's ethics, hit the like, subscribe, and click the bell for more ethical dilemmas and philosophical explorations. And don't forget to share this video with someone who loves a good debate. See you next time.